basically what I was looking for in a program like this is something that just works out of the box, so to speak, without me having to tweak it a lot. So let's see if Synthesizer V will live up to the potential that I'm hoping it will. Well, hello, this is Greg from GTheory Music. I'm super excited to share something with you today that I just discovered. I've been working on this video lately about how to write 4-part harmony using the orbit system that I learned that's part of a generative music theory called GTheory that I learned from my teacher Michel Perrault, who was this brilliant music theorist who developed this system of understanding the generative structure of the musical language from the 1960s up until when he passed away in 2010. And I was lucky enough to study with him from about 1995 through, well, pretty much to 2010, but mostly between 95 and 2000 was the most intense studying that I did with him. We ended up working together on some other projects, but I've always wanted to be able to share what I learned from him, and this YouTube channel is hopefully going to serve that end, where I get to share a lot of the things that I learned about music. And so one thing that I think is really cool is the way that we can write harmony in a way that's like musical chemistry. I call it the orbit system. This video is not going to be about how the orbit system works, but when I was getting ready to create this video, I realized that it would be really great if I could have some voices, some real voices, to demonstrate how the 4-part harmonies sound together. But it wasn't quite feasible to go hire a choir or a singing group. So I started looking into vocal synthesis as a possible option. And I checked out a few options online, and I tried out some free programs. Didn't have much luck. Everything sounded kind of like robots singing. But then I heard about Synthesizer V from Dreamtonics, and so I decided to check that out. And so today I would like to share with you the results of my experiment with Synth V Studio. Now, before I get into that, if you do decide that you think you might be interested in learning more about generative music theory and the orbit system and how that works, please don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel and sign up for notifications and like this video, so hopefully you'll be notified when that video comes out, as well as future videos on the subject of GTheory, the generative theory of music. So what I did was I headed over to the Synthesizer V Studio webpage by Dreamtonics. If we click on download, it brings us to this place where we can either try out a free edition. I did try that out first. There are some light versions of the voiced databases to try out. Since I was doing 4-part harmony, I ran into trouble because I was only allowed 3 tracks. But I did have some pretty good luck with that. At least it looked promising, so I decided to take the dive into the Pro Edition. So I went to the Dreamtonics store, and you can buy the Synthesizer V Studio Pro version for $89, or here's the bundle, where you can bundle a voice database with the program, and since I needed some male voices, I decided to take the bundle and I chose Kevin because I wanted an English-speaking male voice. Another voice I've heard some demos of that sounds really awesome is Solaria. But there is a free female voice that you can get if you buy the Pro Edition. You can download a free female voice. It's the Japanese voice of Mai. Not showing here because it's free. And she can also sing in English using their AI translation type of setup they have. So basically what I was looking for in a program like this is something that just works out of the box, so to speak, without me having to tweak it a lot, because I've got a really busy teaching schedule, and I honestly don't have the time or patience to be tweaking all kinds of details to get the results that I'm looking for. So that's what I was hoping for. And so let's see if Synthesizer V will live up to the potential that I'm hoping it will. So I just gonna load up Synthesizer V here. As you can see, I've already input some data here. In a future video, maybe I will go through in more detail of how I set it up and how I downloaded the voice databases and more about inputting the notes and the lyrics and everything. I'll give you a brief rundown, but basically we want to listen for what kind of results I got. So what I started out doing was creating a track, which you do right here, create a new track, and then I called it soprano, and I chose my voice, Mai. There's another female voice I have, Eleanor Forte. It's a light version. Right now I'm using Mai, so and then what I did was just went down and started inputting notes into that track. So there's a couple ways of inputting the notes. Let me see if I just go to the end here so I can show you that quickly. If I wanted to input some more notes here, there's the way I have it with this type of input selected is to just double click and it creates a quarter note basically. And there's another one. And the interesting thing that you'll notice, that I noticed right away, is that at the end of a phrase, Synth V will automatically generate some vibrato for the vocalist. Now if I create another note, you'll see that that vibrato is evened out somewhat, and it's the last note of the phrase that has the vibrato. So that's kind of interesting. Right there, it looks like it's definitely using some AI type of voodoo to create some human sounding articulations and things. So I'm just going to undo those for now. There's also, you can also use a pencil tool where you can draw in the notes to specific lengths like that. You can actually mess with and redraw all of these AI generated swoops and pitch deviations and things that are supposed to make it sound more human. But like I said, I'm looking for something that sounds really good straight out of the box, that I don't have to tweak too much. So let's just solo this soprano and see what this sounds like. All right.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
All right, that's enough. Yeah, so this is a Japanese voice that's singing in English, so the pronunciation is not quite it leaves a little bit to be desired, but like I said, I could get splurge for an English female voice. I'm just kind of testing it out like this, but when you put it together with the other ones, I think it works pretty well. So then I went down to the alto. I did the same thing, inputted the alto's notes and lyrics. Oh, by the way, lyrics, let me go to the end again. Once you input a note, so if I put in some notes here and I wanted to call this, input some lyrics, say hello, and then that's a two-syllable word, so I want it to finish on the next note, so I just put a plus sign. Hello rain. I don't know why I thought of that, but
hello rain.
Also, rather than doing every word separate like that, every note separate, what you can do is select all of these and go into insert lyrics, and you could do a whole bunch of lyrics at once by just typing them in, or better yet, if you had your text editor or something that you could pre-prepare them, and you could just copy and paste it into here. You just have to remember to put the plus sign after a space after a two-syllable word. You can also tell the program to extend a word over multiple notes. So for instance, if I was to add some extra notes here, let's say I wanted the word rain to cover all of those syllables, then what I would just do would be to just go up here. Let's go into insert lyrics, and in place of those la la la's, I'm just going to put dashes. Okay, now let's see what that sounds like.
Hello rain.
Yeah, let's try that with a B flat. Oh.
Hello rain.
There we go. So you get the idea. All right, we don't need any of this stuff. Boop. So like I said, I'm on my alto. I'm using my, again, same voice, but what I've done is, I'm gonna open up the voice parameters here. I changed her a little bit by pushing her gender a little bit towards the male side, which gave her a little bit deeper voice to sound more like an alto, less like a soprano. That's pretty much the only real change that I made. I added a tiny bit of what they call tension to the voice too, just to help it cut through slightly. Alright, and so let's see what that alto sounds like.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Okay, yeah, we won't have to go through the whole thing now. So then I did the same thing with Kevin as a tenor. Let's see what Kevin sounds
Twinkle,
like.
twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Alright, Kevin sounds pretty good. Pronunciation is better. And then for the bass, I used Kevin again. But here's a little bit of the bass part.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high.
Yeah, so that's Kevin in the bass. And you can see that the AI is generating a lot of interesting little pitch deviations and swoops and things going into different notes. And so let's take a listen and see what it sounds like all together.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
All right, well, I have to say, I think that's pretty successful. I'm really happy with the what I can do with that. I didn't tweak those pitches, I don't think, at all. I might have gone in one thing that I thought one note sounded a little pitchy that I had it recalibrate, but overall that's pretty much straight out of the box the way the AI generated those vocal lines. And so I'm really happy, and I'm really excited to use this in my upcoming video about the orbit system and G-theory. So once again, if you're interested in seeing that video when it comes out, or other videos that I create about generative music theory, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and if you like this video, give me a like, and we'll see you next time.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.